Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining me here today. If you found yourself here, there may be a message for your healing journey, soul's evolution, transformation, and or simply information. Today I'd like to talk not only about karma and karmically what that can do to you, your family, if you think you've outsmarted God or divine source, whatever. There's laws to the land, right? Karmically, we need to take care of the earth and take care of the people and places and things that we love and our loved ones, or if you adopt animals or have them, and children, of course, if you brought them in. I've heard people literally say, well, I brought you into this world, I could take you out. Okay, that might be old school, but I don't think you're allowed to say that now because you probably go to jail unless you lawyer up. Like many other things you can get yourself out of. You still receive karma somewhere along the line of your life. And if you think you can, take your own life or you've escaped it by death, well, guess what? There's spiritual law, and that actually will play out. And the karma you left will be left to your loved ones, your children, anybody you were associated with will receive it because they were involved, right? So if you know better, you do better. And that's what I'm saying tenfold down. So if you're on the up and up and karmic things happen to you, it might be somebody you're associated with. Or if you come into this life and have karmic debt, it's because of things you've done in a past life. Some people skate through life and they have a beautiful life and people are jealous of it. Those of us that have come in to help clean up past lives from many, many, many lives of our ancestors or whomever created the shit show, we actually agreed to take it on. Now, in hindsight, I'm not saying it's been easy. And why the hell would I do that? Apparently, I'm strong. And now I know that to be true. I've had a lot of things happen to me in my life. I had to be strong at a young age because you understood at a different level. You help people along the way. Good. I'm glad people are jumping in and out of this stream because I also have stalkers 24/7, 365 trying to control me. Well, it doesn't matter. What I say goes out into the ethers and it will be heard by all. Those recording everything I say and do, well, maybe you should listen up because there are laws to the land. And if it doesn't resonate because you still don't get it, you're too hard headed. Karma, as they say, is a bitch. Even though I don't like that word, there's a lot of other words in the world, but it actually resonates. Karma is. Whether you personally receive it this lifetime or many others, and if you believe in past lives, well, you're going to get it in spiritual law. There's commandments in the world, just like going to grandma's house, you take the shoes off, right? Some people have to put your elbows on your lap, put your napkin wherever it is. Everybody has household rules. Life has rules too. Take care of the earth, the land, try and recycle, and all these things. We've destroyed it. And that's why there's devastation in the world, damage everywhere. Just like everybody who's created chaos in other people's lives, it does come back 10,000 fold, whether you're still in this life on earth or somewhere else. You're not supposed to take from others, steal from others, harm others. You're not supposed to misuse God's name in vain, whatever it is that you celebrate. When I grew up, it was Sunday Mass or Saturday night or both. If you've done something really bad, you better have your ass in church, right on the hard bench, and you better pray. And of course, make the offering, right? But you also do right by people. You help people. Old school ways are better. I like the way I grew up versus the shit show that's happening now. But what we can do is educate people, make sure they do right, mentor people, guide them. Why? Because we're not perfect. We've learned, evolved, and grown. And if you've been around other people that try and create havoc in your life and create it, well, you need to move away from that. Move away, run fast, and don't look back. The rear view mirror is there for a reason. And yep, you see people putting their makeup on or looking in it way too much, and they're not looking ahead. They're looking behind. Well, what's back there? Do you need to heal all aspects? Then I say do that. But karma, when you least expect it, shows up, just like being rear ended, right? And I've had that happen to me too by somebody who wasn't paying attention in many ways, shapes, and forms, and pun intended. People that aren't paying attention hurt people, run into them purposely, deliberately, intentionally with venom. And remember, karma. happens, whether it's here on earth or not. So the 10 commandments, everybody probably heard somewhere along the line in somebody's home, in church, or whatever. It matters, you know? Try and not take anybody's name in vain, live in peace, do unto others as you want done to yourself. Don't misuse anything, people, places, and things. Remember to keep certain things sacred, whether it's a day or not, time frames not. How do you pray? What do you pray to? And what are you doing? And then there's bigger things. Don't commit adultery, murder, don't steal, and don't give false testimony against your neighbor. Or maybe a few more people on there. Partners, friends, family members, loved ones. Maybe it's just in general. Don't don't do anything to anybody's home, their property, their body, mind, and soul. Don't live with ill intent to capitalize. And don't lawyer up and create voodoo hoodoo witchcraft on everybody in sight, even the religious system, to cause harm. These things work on a lot of different people. They don't work on high evolved people. But what they do is they'll drug you, use you, torture, and traumatize you until you are compromised and you don't remember what happened because you were missing hours of your life. And they know this because they've studied you. And that's not okay. They've studied you, your family, and your friends. It's like primal fear, Roy, right? Even worse, times a zillion times every second of every day. They learn these mad skills, and their twisted mind is just that twisted. Evil, wicked people, mad scientists. These are people that belong in other places, not really around people that are human, right? They should be caged because they're not controlled. They're tyrants, menace to society, causing harm to everybody they know behind the scenes, but smiling in their face. Maybe they don't have the gold tooth, and trust me, it's okay if you have one, but do nice things, right? You see it on the movies everywhere. But I'm just saying, karma does play out eventually. You cannot escape it, no matter how you conjure up the dead, your voodoo hoodoo witchcraft in your church group meetings, right? Your coven secret societies, trying to pray and capitalize. God sees all and waits for it all to unfold. And I get pissed because it's like, how much trauma can I receive from these vicious people? Well, he's going to keep me standing on the up and right to talk about it. They weren't able to unalive me no matter how they tried. Every which way but loose, right? So, what I say to you guys is guess what? Unbeknownst to me, yes, I've had to go through these things, and I'm stronger. And all the wicked things you've said to me, all the harm you've caused me, physical, mental, emotional torture, my children, my family, people I love, all the things you stole from me, and where I'm at today. It's not where I'm supposed to be, but I'll get there. Don't worry. As you said, some are built for speed and some are built for comfort. And some of us have extra miles and extra lives. And everything you've stole, 20 years or whatever, maybe my whole life has been stolen from me. But there's a new sheriff in town, is what I've been told. Actually, that saying's been around for a long time. So it's called karma, and it does happen. And it's not from me. I have no decision in what happens to you. And spiritual law, what a brilliant thing. God's plan. Maybe you take yourself out or try and do shady things under the scene, behind the scene. You're the sewer maidens, the tyrants, the people that breathe our air and take space up, not doing anything good unless it's capitalized and you gain. Seeing people suffer, well, unfortunately for you. And you've been told, so you've been warned numerous times, and you know who you are. To stop the madness, bring balance in your life, to find peace and live your own life. So you see now there's a bigger picture. The spiritual team that you will come against. It won't be your community and your justice system that you bought and paid for. Oh no, God has a plan. And guess what? Some of us have now been incorporate it into that plan, because we might be the spiritual judge you sit in front of that special panel when you review your life, and you get to see all the harm you've done in people's eyes, and the fear you've caused, the tears, the anguish, the sorrow, the pain, the suffering, the betrayal, the hurt, the trauma. Oh, yes, you've stripped them from joy, love, peace, and harmony, and every last dime you stole from them, and you capitalize on their pain. It's unjust, right? Physical, mental, emotional torture at the hands of you behind closed doors. But yet, with your addictions and your mental illness and your ability to control others, with your manipulation and lawyering up and your money, is all filth, because you stole it. You stole the ability for somebody to live the life they want. One of them is me, and now your children have to live with that. And it will be public, and you will be publicly humiliated, shamed. Everything that you've done to me, myself, my family, our families, your families, dead or alive, they see all, and they will hear all. And this is for you to stop your madness, right? God has a plan. One time, way back, you had stability. Maybe you could take note from me. Go to your oak tree and find balance. Let the sun shine. Make your heart feel special. Open it up to God or whoever you believe in. Is that panel that you will go against or go up and see when you cross over. It won't just be a loving hand reaching out and say, welcome to the other side. No, you have to go through many layers because all the people you hurt have a day in court or 2,800, depending on how much you've done. And it's up to that judge and jury in spiritual court, spiritual law. And some of us will be right there listening while they ask you questions. And you get to feel, see, hear, and know what you've done to each and every one of us. And it will be torturous because of what you did. And this is a plan, a spiritual plan, so you can see, hear, and feel the unjust that you caused. It's not material things. You can't take them with you on the other side. It's what you've physically, mentally, emotionally done. The torture, trauma, traumatized everybody because of your unhealed wound. And this is for you to learn your lesson. It isn't so you suffer. It's so you can see, feel, and hear what you've done and know it to be true in your heart and make amends. Isn't that the bottom, rock bottom? People make amends. And then once you've made amends to each one, maybe you go to a different layer of the universe, of eternity, wherever it is. And then once they feel you've healed from that, and this is your plan, maybe you'll circle back to Earth again or wherever, and you get to live it out for 10 years later, or however long it takes for you to be humbled and remove yourself from your ego. This again is not punishment. Like parents say, new age parents, I love you, I just don't love your actions. We just got the belt and you didn't fucking do it again, right? Or a run, or the famous yardstick from the state fair. Of course, you can't do it now. Well, you can. Some people still do. But what's better? Your whole life getting away with shady shit, and then at the end thinking you got away with it? And I've heard you say it. Can't believe I got away with that shit. You didn't. God sees all, and so do the people you hurt. Myself, my family, the community, my whole ancestral side, and yours have asked me to help. That's why I'm here. As I have goosebumps throughout my body, they're all crying. Everybody who's hurt people, we all cry. Hurt people end up hurting people. So what they wish for you is you find your healing. And yes, they love you, not your actions. Now, I don't have to. You're not in my life, but you need to find your healing for your family, to which I'm not part of. My family gave you love. Your family gave you love. Everybody's family that loves their family should give love, or you receive what you put out. So, everybody out there that's been suffering in silence because of somebody else, find your own healing first. Don't expect somebody to heal so you can feel better. You need to find your healing. It's an inside job. And if you ask for healing, it shows up in the strangest places and at the right time, and it's profound. And I always ask for things to be profound so I know the difference. And if I can make it through some of this stuff, then I have to do something good with it. And that's the plan for me. Sometimes we find strength in our vulnerability, right? Look at Brené Brown. I love that woman. Vulnerability is a sign of strength. And people look at you as pathetic and weak. But here all along, you were the pillar of strength. They just took you down, literally cut your legs off every second. But I'm standing tall today, 10 toes down, helping others heal from their traumatic events. Trauma lies within your body, mind, and soul. But you are unique as you are and live who you are, and whatever that is, unwavered. Doesn't mean being a smartass or ego-based or have a lot of material things to showboat. That's not what it's about. Personally, I like those things too. And I had a lot of them. Either gave them up or they were stolen from me. And it hurt and it stung. I worked hard my whole life to get anything I needed or wanted. I had to earn it. I've earned my keep in this world and given back tremendously, only to be hurt again. But I'm standing up, standing tall, telling you all that you can do this. Life is a journey of ebb and flow, and we can heal it through adversity, right? Those people that take you down when you're just rising are evil, wicked people. God has a plan because spiritual law allows us all to be witness to the journey, and some of us more than others. So if we're a judge in spiritual law, and they actually have to confess to move on, some never will. And then they have to go back for many, many, many lives and receive what they put out. Some of them actually pull and say, I'm sorry. And they move on. And some of them are stuck in purgatory for life, through eternity. Some of them are evicted and ejected and eclipsed from your life forever because they tormented you so much. They have no business being anywhere ever again near you, ever, ever. And I mean ever. So if that's happened to you, it's karma, spiritual law, and God has a plan. Everybody who wants healing deserves it. I don't care what you did, but you have to own up to your shit. And that's what I've been told, and that's the message I'm giving. God has a plan for all of us. Now, if I don't do right, karma hits me within seconds. I could sneeze and it's over. So do right. Do right by people, give back, give heart, love, unconditionally, no wavering. I know what that feels like because I received that from my grandparents. And it's something I've never had since, other than my dog, Sadie. Well, my dogs, they don't hurt people. Maybe if you hurt them or yelled at them or they made a mistake, you still love them and they come back unconditionally. That's why people love animals. They're not judged. They just love to be loved. That's something priceless, right? Something I will receive this lifetime because I know the difference and I'm not wavering. I will not settle for second best ever again because that's what I learned as a child and it seemed to be given so easily back in the old days. It was earned. There was honor. There was respect. There was compatibility and love beyond what I can even put into words, but I can feel it in my heart. So I know the difference. So this lifetime, maybe the reward is I find love, true love, unconditional and no wavering, not the shit show I've had. For I'm done now. Now I'm in spiritual team to help others heal, not to judge, but let them know what they've done to people at a higher aspect so all parties can heal. Or I go in between and I can help people on the other side heal, like my dad, his mother, they've all been gone for a while, and help people here on earth. So that's what I'm doing. Whether YouTube allows it or not, I'm going to have a platform and maybe several, even though they've been hacked 24/7, 365 to stop me. Those are the very same people that are unhealed. So whatever platform I have, whether I write a book or I talk about it, or maybe I do seminars, whatever it is, I've had lots of platforms and a lot of them that have been torn down and stolen. And I am who I am all day long. No matter who I meet, I can see the goodness in them. It doesn't mean they're always playing out that role. But stay, try and be the best version of yourself. If you need to tell about your story to your family and friends because you've learned something, I think that's beautiful. Share your knowledge and your wisdom because someday we won't be here. You can hand it on to your family and friends, pass it on, pass the torch. Well, I'm an ancient soul and I'm passing the damn torch. I'm letting people know if you want to come back and have any quality of life or live this quality of life this lifetime, probably should do some good things for other people and stop being so goddamn selfish. I use the word sorry. Now I'll have to do other things, but it just happened. Sometimes I can have Tourette's too. And that's just too bad because I've been through some things, you know. I love that movie, Scent of a Woman. You can see things, feel things, hear things, and you know things. Even highly regarded people get put down, shunned, and dismissed because they right? Or they have some mad skills that you aren't aware of and you don't like. Too bad because I have gifts and skills to help people heal. And if that's not your jam, then keep being on the dark side and stay out of my life and stop trying to control me for helping others heal. This lifetime, and we're currently in a shift of movement of back to heart center, healing all aspects that need to dissipate and fall away, less undesirable events, trauma, timeline trauma healing, because who wants to come back and relive anything that's less than desirable? We're supposed to find love, peace, and harmony. And that's what the devil doesn't want you to have. These people that collaborate with other people, even the devil doesn't want these mad creeps. He doesn't. Trust me, I work in all realms and I hear all. Friends with all people in low places, right? Or high places. Because the sun always shines, even on the dark side. And it's all right to pray for people. Pray for the dead, pray for the living, pray for your soul, body, mind, and soul healing. That's what it's about. And that's what I'm going to help people do. Regardless of how many times people have tried to take me out, it's not going to happen. I've had karmics in my life, my whole life. Unfortunately or fortunately, it's how you look at things, right? Either way, 10 toes down, we're going to do what's right. That's what I'm going to do and help everybody that suffered recover, starting with myself and my family, and then making amends to them because you had association with somebody who tried to take you out, hurt you, harm you, every aspect of your life. So we're in the rebuilding phase with faith over fear, hope for our healing journey, and we're never going to give up. Nor should you. Start today with putting yourself first because self-care is sacred and you matter. So I hope this helps today. Namaste.